everyone. This is Michelle Newcomb from Overton High School, here to tell you and show you all about LiveBinders. LiveBinders is a free and private option for students who would like to complete their portfolio online. It's so great because of many things. First of all, what it is literally a 3-ring binder that's online, and it's so easy to just categorize and organize all of the documents that students have to put together for this portfolio, and then just shoot them into their binder online. It's private. Every account defaults to private, and it is not viewable on the wide web without a password, which the student will set up when the student logs into LiveBinders. It is accessible using Google login credentials, which I find 99% of my students have a Gmail. If you have a Gmail, you have a Google account, and you can use it to get in and out of LiveBinders, and that way you will never forget your login information for LiveBinders. It is free for everyone, students and teachers. Teachers, there is an option to set yourself up as a teacher and have your students log in as your student, but there's a simpler way around that, and I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the education version, so we're not going to do that. It's not necessary. I've been using this for years without paying a dime, and it works like a charm. So what we're going to, one more thing. You really need to be using Microsoft Edge. Works pretty good with LiveBinders. Chrome works well. As far as I know, Firefox works well. I use Safari on my Mac most of the time. What you can't do is use Internet Explorer for anything having to do with LiveBinders. It just doesn't play nice with Internet Explorer. You might be able to get in for a little while, but it's gonna lock you up, and it's going to mess up. And you don't want to lose work. You don't want to, if you spend 5 minutes putting something together on LiveBinders, you don't want it to get messed up because Internet Explorer, goes under. So please, and you know what? For the record, guys, don't use Internet Explorer for anything. Microsoft doesn't even acknowledge it exists anymore. You just don't want to use Internet Explorer. Okay? So get your Chrome or Edge or Firefox or Safari even. Get your browser open. And what we're going to do is just type in your URL, livebinders.com. Very simple. And we will get going. So, over here at the top right of the LiveBinders screen, you see you've got two options. You've got login and you've got sign up. So what we're going to do, of course, now is sign up because you don't have an account yet. So when we click on sign up, you can see that there are two options for signing up. One is to sign up with email, and one is to sign up with Google. So let's start with sign up with email. Teachers, you want to create your LiveBinder account with your Metro work email. For example, mine is michelle.newcomb@mnps.org. That's the email that I log into my normal LiveBinders account with. Students who do not use Google, and if you do not want a Google account and you do not already have a Gmail and you don't want to get one, then you too should use sign up with email. So I'm going to click on that one first just to show it to you. It's not a big deal. It's pretty self-explanatory. You are not, leave that as a no, you are not signing up with your teacher's email. We don't want to get anybody charged for anything because teachers don't have any money. And so what you're going to do first is choose your own username, letters and numbers only. You can't use any symbols in this username. Any username you wish. You are going to type in your email. Again, teachers, you want to type in your Metro work email just because that's the one that the kids need to know anyway. And then you're going to type in your email address again. So students, if you're using this option, type your email again. No, you really don't want to check either of these boxes, because if you do, they're just going to load you up with emails, and nobody wants extra emails for any reason. So I suggest that you leave them both blank. And then you'll follow through with the prompts as you do that. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to use a throwaway Google account to show you guys how to do Google. So I'm going to hit the back button up here. And now we're going to sign up with Google. This is for all of you guys with a Gmail. This is the easiest thing you will ever do, and it also makes it super easy to log in. In fact, anytime you're on a computer, if you're already logged into your Google account on that computer, it will pop you right into your home page of LiveBinders with your binder on it. It's just one click and done. So we're going to sign up with Google for right now. So I'm going to click there. And I am going to choose this Google account. This is the one I've created several and tried. This is how many times I've messed up this video so far. So here we go. capstonepractice132@gmail.com. Let's pretend this is your Google account. So you click on your Google account. It may ask you to log into your Google account if you're not already logged in, but I am, so it pops me right here. If it asks you to log into your Google account, just type in your Google password and you'll be right here. And feel free to pause the video if you need to get to this screen. All right, so it goes ahead and it fills in, it gives you a username that is your Gmail username, same as your Gmail, obviously. And then it puts your email in there for you. You don't even have to type it in. Again, I wouldn't click these because they'll just load you up with nonsense. But hey, you do you. And then you can click I'm not a robot. And let's see, all squares with traffic lights. I really hate these things. Because see, this one down here is your trick one. It wants to see if you notice that one or not. And then click verify. And once it knows you're not a robot, then you just click sign up. All right, so now what we end up with, this is what I'm going to call the home screen, your home screen for LiveBinders, because this would be a list of your binders. Now, obviously, it gives everybody a tutorial. Everyone will have this. This is not something that we're going to use. We're going to ignore this, unless, of course, you want to open it and go through it. You're welcome to do that on your own time if you'd like. It'll just give you a lot more, it'll give you a lot of demos of what stuff looks like. It's great, but I usually don't have time to do it, and we definitely don't have time in a 4x4 semester class, so I'm going to skip over that, and we're just going to ignore that unless you want to look at it. Now, on my regular teachers, when you get your LiveBinder account and all the kids have assigned their binders to you, which we're going to do in just a second, you're going to have a lot more stuff on your screen too. Students, you are probably just going to have this binder and one more that we are going to create for Capstone. And I'm guessing that you've probably already figured out that to create a binder for Capstone, we need to go up here to New Binder. So I'm going to click New Binder, and we're going to have to name it. Okay, so binder name, you definitely have to do that. And I like for my students to name their binder first name, last name, Capstone. The reason I have them put Capstone on there is sometimes some of them use other binders for other purposes besides this class. So make sure that you designate this your Capstone binder in case you decide to use this for other things. You do not need a description, and you do not need tags unless you just want them. The category is going to stay personal, and please, please, please leave this marked private. You can see that they mark this private. Only you and the people you choose will be able to view anything in your binder, and in order to view it, you're going to have to send them a password, and LiveBinders calls this an access key. So you're going to click in here and you're going to set up an access key for your binder. Don't worry. If you forget what you do here, you can always go back to it. I'm getting ready to show you how to find it. You can see it in one click at any time. But I always tell my kids simplicity is good. So whichever is simpler, your first name or your last name. I usually just type in my last name with a lowercase letter and hit create new binder. Now, pick a password that you like. Pick an access key password that you like, because again, you can always get right back to it. It's super easy. So when you click create new binder, it goes right into the edit mode of that brand new binder. Now, I'm going to show you how to go back to the home screen and back into edit mode, and this is the mode that you have to be in order to make changes in your binder. So it sends you directly into this brand new binder in edit mode. Okay? Now, first thing I tell my kids is click don't show this to me again, because they have me, they don't need this. If you would like to pause the video at this point and take the quick tour, you feel free, absolutely. Teachers, students, I don't know how you're watching this together or apart. You're free to watch it, but I don't really think you need it because I've got you covered. So we're going to click don't show this to me again. And this is your main edit screen for your very first LiveBinder. Now, you can see that there are tabs here. We're going to talk about those in the next video. And you can see all kinds of stuff up at the top in light gray and dark gray. Right now, just for now, we're going to focus on settings up at the top in dark gray, because we need to get you started on how to get your teacher access to this binder. Okay? Here we go. Click on settings and it's going to pop up a pop-up window in front of you. The default where it lands is, see where the name where you named your binder. Description, it puts in your name, the name of your binder for you. You can type in your name if you'd like, even though that's kind of dumb because you already have your name on there, and it gives you your personal there, right? All right, so these are some other, some colors and layout. We're going to look at those in the next video as well. There's lots and lots of options for students to personalize and individualize these binders. But right now, what we need to do is we need to make sure that your teacher can see all of the things that you put in this binder. We will only have to do this once, but we are going to go right here to access. This allows you to control who has access to your binder. So when you click on access, look what you get. There's the link that you can send to someone if you want them to look at it. But of course, they're going to need your access key, which is right down here, right? So anytime you want to send it to have somebody look at your LiveBinder, then you can copy and paste this link and then copy and paste your access key. You can change your access key right now. And if you do, then you just hit the save button and it'll be a different access key. You don't need to though, you can just let it stay there for right now. As you can see, you can email, embed, send it to Facebook, to Twitter, to the classroom app. But what we're going to do is all the way over here on the right hand side, we're going to assign this to your teacher. All right, so we're going to click on assign, and here comes the box where you type in your teacher's information. So what you're going to do is type in exactly, don't forget if you've got to type it in exactly right or it won't work. So we're going to type in your teacher's email, genius.teacher@mnps.org. Now that would be, instead you would obviously use your teacher's real first name, even though he or she is a genius, no doubt about it, and their real last name, even though they are a teacher. So you're going to get your teacher's email, and then underneath that you see that it's marked can edit. Well, teachers, you can have your students do this however you want them to do it. However, I very strongly suggest to students that you click on Can View. Teachers do not need to be able to edit the LiveBinder. Students can do that. Now, teachers, you may have certain students change this setting later and make you an editor if you feel like you need to help them and show them, maybe demo the screen and show them how to do something. If you want to do that, I always tell my kids to make me a viewer and not an editor, because I have 4 cats, any one of which does not hesitate to walk across this computer keyboard while I'm working, and I don't want to mess up anybody's binder ever. So I always tell them, mark me as a viewer and not an editor. Now, once you've done that, in fact, let me do this. Let me change this to my actual name so I can show you what it looks like when it's right. I do have a LiveBinder account with this email, so when I click add, it shows my account in blue, in bright blue. That means that it found my LiveBinder account and it knows that you want me to see that account. Now, again, please don't type in my account, because you'll be confusing me with all my Capstone kids and I'll be like, who is this kid? Type in your teacher's name, but make sure that you see your teacher's email in blue. If you don't see it, it means that it's typed in incorrectly here. All right? Anybody has any trouble, your teachers know how to contact me and I can help you with that. And now that you have done that, you are done. You don't have to do anything else. It's a done deal. You can click X up here at the top and close this little pop-up window. And if it makes you feel better, you can hit the save button. Do you see it auto-saving over here? It will do this every 3 to 5 minutes. LiveBinders will save what you've done every 3 to 5 minutes. But every time you see a save box, just hit it. It can't hurt it, and it will maybe save you some trouble later. Now, teachers. Let me pause for a minute and talk to teachers. Teachers, when your students begin to assign these LiveBinders to you, you are going to have a wall of LiveBinders listed on your screen, on your home screen that we looked at a few minutes ago. So there will be a separate video for teachers, just a really quick short one to show you how to create, you can actually create shelves. So I'll show you how to create shelves for each class, and then you can assign each binder to a class so that you can look at one class at a time instead of all of them and try to sift your way through all of that. All right, so now we're going to close this little doodah, and we are back to edit mode. So now is the time to go back and watch again, fix whatever's wrong, if there's anything that didn't work quite right for you there. And we are going to move on to video number 2, and that is where we get creative. See you in a minute.